Okay guys, Travel Tech 360 here, back with you for the video. As you can see, my poor little Mavic Air 2 has got a broken gimbal. If you can see the camera, it's pretty crooked. It seems the camera works when I'm looking through the controller itself. So I can see that that works, but there's no movement in it, so we're definitely going to need to replace the gimbal and also the camera. So we're going to show you how to take it out today in part 1, and then when the camera comes in we'll do part 2 of the video. I just went through to diagnose a couple of things on here just to make sure I don't have any bad connections, and maybe that's why it's not working. So I plugged it in, I got the battery going in here, and I noticed I have communication with the drone. I do have video through the drone, through the camera. I'm going to turn on my auxiliary light on the bottom. See if that works. Which it was working a minute ago. I don't know why it's not working now. But anyway, we'll address that as we get through it. So I do see that I do have video here on here. So what we'll do now is we're going to go ahead and shut it off, and let's get the battery out of it, and let's go step by step, and let's get this gimbal out of there and camera. So we'll be ready to do the installation when the new one comes in. So let's get into the video. I have to mount my camera up a little bit higher here, so I hope I can get y'all a good enough view for that until I can come up with a better way. I'm kind of in a small area doing my filming right now. Lockdown is over, but I'm still not back in Thailand in my home office where I have the proper camera set up to give you really close-ups. So bear with me. I will explain the basics on what you need to know tool-wise and to do the job. And other than that, let's get on with the video and let's start seeing what we need to do to take this thing apart. Okay everybody, if you can see here, let me take the gimbal cover off. The gimbal and the camera is broke. So today what we're going to do, we're going to show you how to take it off in the part 1 of this video, and then in part 2 we'll show you how to put it back on. So the first thing we want to do, put the drone here where you can see it, we want to take off the quick release low noise folding props. So let's take these off. There we go. Always make sure you take your battery out and never leave the battery in if you're going to touch anything in the machine at all. Let's go ahead and close it up. Okay, what you're going to need for this, there's 2 different screw types that you're going to need. There are 6 1.5 millimeter hex screws which hold the top on. So let me get my 1.6 out here. That's going to be these screws right here. So let's go ahead and take these out. Now this bottom plate's going to come out. It's your LED connection there. We'll set this off to the side. Now what we're going to do now is, and I'll try to put it in here where you can see it a little better. There's going to be four other 1.5 millimeter hex screws, and they're actually going to be inside here. So I'm going to put my little headset in here and turn my light on so I can actually see what I'm doing, and y'all should be able to follow along without me being in the picture too much. But let's do it from the side here. So you're going to find one back here. If you have trouble and your screwdriver is too big here, you know, to get in those areas, I've got a little kit I'll show you after the video that I use. And what this allows me to do is put an adapter on it through here, and it lets me get in a lot of the top areas, tough areas. I don't need it on this one, so I'm going to take it off. But I just wanted to show you, a lot of times you will in some of the stuff that you're going to have to take apart when you work on the drone. So let's take these 4 screws out here, which again are the 1.5 millimeter screws. So that's one there. And this is not magnetic. Yeah, it is. It's magnetic. So let's put these over here. There'll be another one over here on this side, about in the same spot. Pretty simple here. There's that. This actually slides out. So we got those 2 there. There's going to be another 2 here. There's one here. And you got to be careful because you sure don't want to strip it out. Let's get to this other one first. Might be a little easier here. Yeah, it's a little bit of an angle. That's what we need. So we got that one, that one. Then I tell you what we'll do is we'll reach in there with these. Get that, there, that's the last screw out there. Okay, let's go back over here to this one. Again, we'll get it at an angle. Loosen that up. Okay, so that's going to be the 4, the 6 on the top and the 4. Those are all 1.5 on the hex. So next thing we're going to need is, it's got one in the front and one in the back, and it's going to be a T5 is what we're going to need on this one. They're really, really small, and they're in the front, so we need to get it at an angle over here like so. There we go. Here is one, and these are so little, so I've got a little headset that I'm wearing that you guys can't see in the video, and I use it when I need to be able to see smaller stuff like that. So that's one loose there, and then here's the other one right here. Go in and make that one loose, and I'll just pull the camera and gimbal out all at once, and it'll lift those 2 screws out that I had on there. Well, there's one there. That one came out actually. There's another one here, and it came out. So those are the 2 in the very front of the camera. Now what you want to do next is you want to actually pull off the connections that you've got here, and basically they just pop off. So you're going to see them. It's going to be this one here and this one here. So what I'm going to do is actually reach behind it here and just lift up on it. It'll come loose there. Go behind this one, lift up on it, that's it. And then from that point, the gimbal and the camera and everything lifts straight up out of there. And there's your camera and your gimbal. So that's actually how you take it out. And what we're going to do, this is the part one of the video. So I've got the other camera on the way that we're going to replace, and we'll just reverse it and go back and put all the stuff in. So basically what you've got, just to recap, you've got 6 1.5 hex that hold the bottom plate on, and that's all that's going to be there. Then you're going to have 4 1.5 hex that hold the camera in, which is going to be here, 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 and here. And then you've got the 2 small T5s, which is going to be here and it's going to be here. So you're going to need a set. Now, I bought this little silicone mat, and it's really nice because I can actually put the screws in these here to separate. Like these 2 here are made for a different area. I can actually close this and close this and just leave the screws in here. I do have a cat in the house. I hate to leave stuff laying around because the cat always sits on it or walks by it. But you can close those up. It's just a silicone mat, but it's got a lot of spaces you can put screws and stuff. You know, that way if you got screwdrivers or something, you can put the screwdrivers in here and it'll actually hold the screwdrivers in place. So I'll put the link below for that. But what I've been most impressed with, I've been repairing computers and electronics for about 25, 26 years now, doing computer repair. And you're always looking to try to find a nice toolkit to repair, different electronics. But it's like you need 5 or 6 different ones to do everything because you never have what you need in a kit. So I actually found this kit, and I'm going to show it to you here. It says Orion on it. This is what it says on it. And it's 126 tech toolkit is what it is. So basically, and I'll show you on the end of this video also, it opens up. And when it opens up here, you've got everything in here. You've got hex, torque, Phillips. You've got sockets built into it. You have extensions here, which goes over here. This opens up. They give you 5 picks. They give you a puller to pull screens off. They give you metal pry bars here that come with it, to get the front lens off of tablets and stuff like that. And then of course they give you extra ones here that are plastic. And then it also comes with a really nice set of tweezers, a nice set, not a cheap set. They're really sharp. So you can get this whole kit. And I guess what impressed me about the kit is, usually you get them in the plastic containers that fall apart. This basically just folds up. There's Velcro here. There's Velcro here. This closes to protect the ends of the stuff that's in here. So you just close it, roll it over, and that's it. I'm gonna guess this kit probably weighs about 1.5 pounds. Maybe a little bit more. It's really, really solid. But it's got every tool in it that you would need in order to do any repair on the drones or iPhones or tablets or computers for that matter. It's got everything built into it. It even has the tools to take out the snake eye screws. Sometimes you go in places and you see screw with 2 little holes in it. There's no head. That's how they get them off and on. It has those in here also. So I use this. And I use this mat every time I work on electronics. I love this. This is new. I've only had it a very short time, but I like it. So I'm throwing out all my other stuff, and I'm just now going to be able to have one kit for it. And then with that, for looking at a lot of the stuff that's on there, I'll use this headset. And you can get this headset at Northern, or you can get it at Amazon. It's like $8. And I like it because it's got a lens built into it here that you can see on the inside. But it's also got another one that folds down on the inside if you need to change the power of it, to see what you're looking at. And if you really need to get close, you can pull it in here. And along with that, it has a light also built into it. So this is it's really inexpensive. But they work really well. So I can see those little T5s that I can't see with my eye. I can put these on and I can see with it fine. So that's what it looks like. And I'm going to show you on the back side of the video. Sorry for the bad images here, guys. I'm doing the best I can with it. I got my camera mounted above it in order to be able to see this. So anyway, for today's video, that just shows you what you have to do in order to take this out and get it out. It's very easy. you know, it's basically 2 cables and, you know, 6 screws, and the gimbal comes right out. So let's get back to the end of the video here, and then I'll let you take a better look through the camera than what you're getting from the overhead. So that's big. Okay guys, I hope y'all could see okay through the top. I had the camera mounted on the top looking down. I'm not in my best area here to work. I'm still not back at the studio, so I'm having to make the best I can out of the space that I have. So anyway, so today we went over the Mavic Air 2 on how to take the camera and the gimbal out. And basically with that, here we go, we got the broken gimbal. And you can see the big hole that's in here on this point. So to take it out, basically, as far as what holds the gimbal in, is we actually have four screw holes. One here, 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 and here. And then we've got 2 small T5s, one here and one here. And other than that, it's basically just 2 cables that you pry up on and they pop off. And they're just snap on, so they just snap back on. So this is going to be the part 1 of the video. It'll take a couple of weeks to get the new replacement part in. That's where I took the drone out. You guys consider, because this part is like $225 to $250 plus shipping, so you may consider, I've got another video in there. It shows you for $10 how you can protect your gimbal. They make a shield cover that goes on there here where you can actually fly, and it doesn't obstruct your view. Now, I did have one person ask me, you guys that are a little more advanced with the drone, you know that you can put your fingers on the controller and you can tilt to the left and you can tilt to the right with the camera. And if you do that, I think it's probably 35-40 degree angle right there. You're going to see the side of that shield left and right. So, you know, other than that, if you're doing that to film with, you can just yaw instead and not have to actually turn that. I never have to touch mine on the controller. If I need to get an angle in, instead of actually having to look left, I can yaw left that direction and get the same angle that you need. But it's really important because when you have that shield over here on the sides, it protects from the sun, but it also stays in front of where the gimbal is. So if you wreck it or you crash it, the gimbal can't hit anything because it's inside and that shield is around it that protects it. So, you know, I'm talking about the black protective shield. I'm not talking about the gimbal cover. Let me show you the gimbal cover here. This is the gimbal cover that comes with the drone that protects it while it's in the bag. So the other one is a shade that locks in place, and it's really hard to get off and on. So once you get it on there, it's not going to come loose. So consider buying that. I'll put a link below for that shade. But that shows you just how to take it off. It's really easy. It's basically 6 screws here on the bottom plate, and they're 1.5 millimeter, and they're hex. So you'll need that tool with the tool kit, and then you're going to need the other one, which is going to be the T5, which is going to be the 2 screws in the front of the gimbal here and here in order to get this off. So here's the little tool kit that I use. I showed it a minute ago, and it's got 126 pieces in it. It's got everything that you'll need in here to work on pretty much anything: cell phones, tablets, computers, anything that's got a torque or a hex, Phillip or a flathead. You've got adapters, extensions. It comes with 5 little, look like guitar picks, which are used to pry stuff open, a little brush, a metal pry bar. Here you've got 2 more plastic pryers here, a suction tool, the tool to take the stem out of cell phones, a polishing pad. It's a whole kit, and I really like it because I don't have a really good kit that has everything I need, and I have like a hex set and a torque set and a Phillip set. So I have like 4 or 5. So this thing is heavy. It weighs about a pound and a half, but it's really thick, durable material. It's got nice Velcro on it. So you can take this and throw in your bag when you're traveling somewhere. So if you have an issue where your electronics break, like what I do, and I have to fix it right then because they never have what I need, you know, this is something to consider buying here. So that's what I use to do that with. Here's the headset that I use, and you can get it on Amazon. It's very inexpensive, and it's got a lens on the front, and it even has another lens on the inside that flips through if it's a different, you know, you need a different eyesight, shall we say, that locks in like that. So you got 2 different ones on the inside plus this one. Plus you've got a light built into it, and you can angle the light when you're working on it. But what I like about it is I can put it on and I can pull it down and work on something. and lift it up and look and bring it back down. And whether or not I want to use the light or not, I can turn that off and on. But, you know, these things are like under 10 bucks. They're really inexpensive. So, you know, and that's including the shipping. So this may be something that you guys need. I know us older guys have to use it. You younger guys maybe can see the small stuff. But if you can see a T5 without one of these, you got some good eyesight, because my eyesight's good and I can't even see the head on it. But with this, it makes it large enough to get in there and take it out. So you will need something like this in the future, and you'll need the toolkit, because sooner or later you're going to have a problem with your drone, and when you have to go in and take it apart, you want to make sure that you have the proper tools to do it so you don't damage it, because you don't want to damage a screw that you can't go to the store and pick up, and you have to get online and wait a couple of weeks for a specialty screw. So always try to use the right tools. And remember, anytime you're going to work on a drone, always remove your batteries. Take your battery out first before you do anything else on there, and take your propellers off. Take them off. It'll give you room to work around what you need to work on. So we hope that, you know, the videos helped you and giving you some ideas. A lot of you guys, you know, need to actually go in and fix your drones and do stuff. And, you know, I know there's a lot of other videos out on the internet that are going to show you different stuff, but I'm showing you from my perspective on what the screw sizes are, what kind of tools you're going to need to do the job. It's very basic. A beginner can do it. There's nothing really that you can mess up. And other than that, you know, that's everything for the video there. You know, we hope you like the video. We hope you like the channel. Consider subscribing. If you have any questions, or I missed something, or said something wrong, or, you know, anything, please leave comments below. I always reply to the comments. So this is going to be part 1 of the video, and then part 2 of the video will come when the part comes in, which will be a couple of weeks. So other than that, that's it for the video. And until next time, guys, take it easy, and we'll see you on the next video.